Hey, what's good guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk about how to lose weight really fast. Summer's just right around the corner, and I know a lot of you are wanting to lose that extra bit of fat around the stomach area to show those lean abs, or for you women just to get in better shape. 6 weeks out from my show, I've been dieting for 16 weeks now, and kind of about 12 weeks ago I finally found what really worked for me, which is carb cycling. Now I'd like to explain carb cycling a little bit more because people don't fully understand it yet, as it's more of a new and more unique way of dieting. See, personally I do 5 days no to low carb, where I say low carbs about 50 grams of carbs, mainly net carbs from like broccoli and so on. And then on the 6th day I'll do a refeed. Because of my build and I'm quite lean already, I'll try and put in some pictures of the transformation. I try and go for about 400 to 500 grams of carbs on a refeed, but at the moment I'm just going to list my meal by meal on a non-refeed day, so a low carb day. I wake up about 5 o'clock. I'll come straight down, well, I'll shower, I'll come straight down, and I'll have 200 grams of lean turkey mince. Are really cheap, so you can't really go wrong. And then I'll have, I'll say about 120 grams of salad, sweet crunchy salad. And then I'll have a coffee with that also, just to wake me up. 5 o'clock is pretty early, and everyone knows me, I'm a sleepyhead anyway. So I'll get to work, and my next meal will be 200 grams of Aberdeen beef with 125 grams of broccoli. And on a low carb day I'll normally have about 15 grams of almond with this, just for a little bit of fat. Gotta keep the balance when you're on low carb, so you wanna keep your fat like a little bit on the higher end. I don't normally go more than 75 grams of fat a day though, that's just me preferably. I understand my body after doing it for so long. Meal 4 and 5 are exactly the same as meal 3. 200 gram of chicken, 125 gram of broccoli. Extremely boring, but really guys, it just gets the job done. Some days it really does affect me, and some days I can push through it. You're kind of motivated by the mirror and by the scale, because you can definitely tell a massive difference. Meal 6, this is going to be after I train, so I'll come home from work, have meal 5, then I'll go straight train. At the moment I'm doing a push-pull leg split, and then the rest day on the 4th day I'll repeat cardio after every session as I'm closing in on the show. I don't have time to do it in the morning because I start work early. Meal 6 guys is a little bit of a better meal. I have about 300 grams of mushrooms, 200 grams of turkey mince again, exact same meal before I go to bed. I also have some lettuce, some crunchy salad, and then 3 whole eggs. Just spoke about my low carb day and no carb day. Very plain, very boring, very generic. But this is more interesting now. We're going on to my high carb day, where I have about 500 grams of carbs a day. It can change depending on how I feel. If I'm super flat, if I'm super tired, it's kind of changed a lot as I approach this show a little bit more. But for you guys, you got to kind of understand your own body at this point. It might take a couple of weeks, but I mean, as soon as you nail it, it's brilliant. It just, the fat melts off you, so I can guarantee that from that standpoint. But for meal 1, I'll have 200 grams of turkey mince still. I'll have 100 grams of rolled oats, and I'll have a salad, and then my coffee to wake up. Anyway, so meal 2, I kind of have oats quite a lot. So I'll have the 200 grams of Aberdeen Angus beef, and then I'll have 100 grams of oats again. I'll try and have 125 grams of broccoli, and then I'll have 15 grams of almonds or 20 grams of almonds. So that's meal 2. And so for meal 3 guys, I'll switch it up. I'll have some egg noodles, about 300 grams. With the egg noodles though, you've got to make sure they're lower fat, as some brands are quite high fat for what they get. So I'll have about 150 grams of chicken with my egg noodles, with some reduced sugar and salt soy sauce for some flavour, and then I'll normally have some crunchy bean sprouts in there as well. You know, really delicious. I look forward to that meal for the whole week. Try it, guys. It's beautiful. Right, meal 4. I'll have 150 grams of chicken with 125 grams of broccoli, and I'll go for about 75 grams of oatmeal. You know, guys, oatmeal just sits really well with me. It's delicious. You can't really go wrong. You know, rice kind of makes me bloat a little bit, but so oatmeal's the one for me. But you guys, it might be the opposite for you. So just try and tweak it a little bit. I wouldn't exactly copy this like gram for gram or meal per meal. Meal 5, I have 100 grams of chicken, 125 grams broccoli. Boring. I have 2 rice cakes with 20 grams of whole natural peanut butter on there, about 10 grams of fat and that. I have 100 grams of oatmeal, you know, plenty of carbs, about 65 grams of carbs, so use a bit of sweetener in that. And then just wipes it all out. Or I have 2 muffins before I train. You know, I normally have that on a chest and shoulder day because they're kind of like what goes flat on me first. So, you know, try and get a lot of glycogen in there and fill it back up. You know, because it's just not great when you go flat, guys. It's just one of the worst feelings mentally in the world. Yeah, that's meal 5 before I train. Meal 6, guys, you know, it's kind of boring still. I have my mushrooms, you know, 300 grams of mushrooms. I'll have my 200 grams of turkey mince, you know, I love turkey mince, and I'll have my salad, and then I'll go for about 75 grams of oatmeal and about 4 rice cakes with a bit of Philadelphia Light on there. You know, sometimes I mix it up depending on how my body's responded to the previous week or how I'm feeling. So other forms of dieting other than carb cycling, what I would recommend, what I feel has worked for me in the past, I would generally say go medium carbs throughout the whole of it and slightly drop them as you increase your cardio. So for me, I would start at about 300 grams of carbs on a diet and about 30 minutes on the treadmill on incline. And as I gradually up my cardio, I'll drop my carbs about 20 grams a week. I think is enough to like shock your body into losing some fat. You know, just always making sure you're in a deficit is key in the situation. You know, you don't want to go too fast, but you also don't want to go too slow because you want to reach your goals. You know, especially if you set like a limit for like a show or a holiday, or you generally just want to look good for the summer. So that's another way of dieting. Okay, what's my thought on cheat meals while prepping or dieting? Cheat meals I think can be beneficial, guys, but I wouldn't recommend them any further out than 12 weeks. 12 weeks out, or I think it was 14 weeks out I had my last cheat meal. You know, I haven't had a cheat meal in 8 weeks now, and to be honest, I can play some mental games, but my refeed day does keep me going mentally and physically. So I would really recommend looking into refeed days with cleaner foods rather than just one big cheat meal at the end of the week. You know, it can set you off and you can start binging for the whole night. So I wouldn't really recommend that, but if you find that works for you, then great, I'd stick to it. I wouldn't really change it. But, you know, cheat meals for me don't personally work. Yes, I wake up really full, but I also wake up really watery and it takes a few days to shift that water. You know, so for me it's not really worth it when I can wake up just as full or a little less fuller, but holding nowhere near as much water. You know, looking a lot vascular, a lot leaner in the morning than I would with a cheat meal over a refeed day. So that's my opinion on cheat meals, guys. You know, by all means, if cheat meals work for you, stick with them. You know, that's all I can say. But also, anything you guys want to see, be sure to comment below, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on my social media. Don't be shy, message me, tell me your opinions on the video, what I can do better, what do you think was good, and we could just have a generic chat. So thank you guys. Any more questions, just DM me. Peace. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. If you want more videos like this, be sure to like and comment. You know, I've got a lot more on the way. Challenges, you know, I think we should have a crazy one coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll give you a little hint on the screen right now. Yeah, crazy. I'm not looking forward to that. But however, we've got some good vlogs coming on the way on my show. I'm just under 6 weeks out, so that should be a really good vlog weekend with some crazy food after. You know, I've got some family coming with me, so it should be a really exciting time. I'm really looking forward to it. Can't say I'm not nervous, but you know, I'm really excited for my first show. We've got some great plans.